Well, you've heard the phrase, you are what you eat. Now get ready to meet a woman who's applying a similar adage to your love life. She's saying you are who you meet.
Donna Barnes is a relationship expert and author of Giving Up Junk Food Relationships, and she's here with us today with a dieting plan for bad dating habits. Welcome, Donna.
Thanks.
So explain to us a little bit how this works, and you have an interesting analogy between dating and eating bad food.
Well, it lends itself really well, actually, because like attracts like, meaning, you know, if you're in a kind of dysfunctional place, you're accepting of dysfunctional people. Likewise, if you're in a healthier place, a dysfunctional person doesn't look attractive to you. So it's all about your personal bar and your self-esteem, really, in, you know, what you are is what you attract.
And I like how you are able to sort of connect it to how we eat, to our dietary habits, that we all have similar. We make sometimes bad choices and sometimes we make good choices, right?
Well, yeah, and that's exactly it, right? Because whether you do it or not, you kind of have an idea what's good for you. You know that French fries are really not good for you, but sometimes you're just like, I want them anyway. And it's the same thing with relationships. You know, you meet that hot person that's so inappropriate, but you're just like, I don't care, I'm really hot for it, I'm gonna go for it anyway. So it's the same thing, but, you know, how do you feel after you ate those French fries? You usually don't feel so good about yourself. And it's the same thing when you accept someone who really isn't good for you in a relationship. It can actually really make you, you know, sick and depressed.
So let's go through some of the different ones. You compared to the high sugar diet, which I'm currently always on, by the way.
Yeah, well, the sugar rush. And it's so many people that like, you meet and you've got that instant chemistry and you're off and running, and for the first 2 months you're like, I love you, I want to have kids with you, I'm going to be with you forever. And then 2 months later you're going, oh my God, I can't stand you, I don't even want to be with you anymore. And then the other person's going, wait, but you love me. And I'm a heartbreak coach too. Like I get a lot of people going through a really bad breakup and they just can't comprehend that. The first 2 months of a relationship are not real. It's really that, you know, your issues haven't kicked in yet. You really don't know how you genuinely feel until those issues come up, which is why most relationships only last 3 to 6 months anyway. So, yeah, that sugar rush phase is have fun with it, have a great time, but don't for a second think that that's real, because the real relationship will start when that ends.
Yeah, we're all on our best behavior for those first few months, and then
so true. You're like,
changes a little bit.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the comfort food relationships. What are those relationships like?
Well, a lot of people, I think, put up with something that, you know, comfort food in the book I used really is like your ex, right? It's like going back to your ex, that comfort, that's something that you know, but you left that relationship for a reason because it didn't work. So I think, and largely why I wrote the book, because I think far too many people stay in a relationship because it's more comfortable to stay than to leave, but it doesn't make you happy and it's not good for you. So I think if you're in something where you're going, yeah, you know, like a lot of people say to me, oh, but every relationship is going to be like that. It's going to be the same stuff with a different person. No, that's not true. It really can be different, but you have to make an effort to make it different so that you can have better if you choose to get out of that relationship. You won't get better if you stay in a relationship that's really just kind of, you know, it's comfortable, but it's not happy. Then that's what you're stuck with.
It's like having mac and cheese all the time, right?
It's not good for you. It's not healthy.
Same kind of goes along with fast food, the fast food diet, or just the takeout kind of diet, right?
Yeah. Well, I think a fast food is somebody who's really just kind of hooking up and really, you know, it's that really hot person that you know is completely inappropriate, but you do it anyway because you just really want to have a hot connection with somebody. Because so many people say to me, it's so hard to meet someone I'm attracted to. But then that's why people end up with married people, which I call forbidden fruit, or like, you know, people that in one way or another are really not good for you, but you do it anyway because you just think, oh, I've never been attracted to somebody like this.
Right.
Have higher self-esteem and really expect more for yourself, and you can acknowledge, wow, that guy's really hot, without having to have him, you know. So
is it possible to be in these relationships and not even realize it, though?
Yeah, and that's exactly why I wrote the book. It's really clear to me that so many people are in dysfunctional relationships and they have no idea, because it's the devil that you know. You know, most of us didn't have the most rosy, perfect childhood, so whatever was dysfunctional in your childhood is what you'll put up with in your relationship because it's comfortable to you. And you don't necessarily recognize that it's not normal because it was normal in your childhood. But
so you've taken the food analogy all the way to like a food pyramid.
Oh yeah.
And at the very top of the pyramid you put passion.
Well, yeah, because there's 3 things really that need to work, to exist to make a relationship work. And like, yeah, if you're not passionate about somebody, if you don't love them, then you're not interested in making it work with them anyway, right? So I think that is the common, and when you keep that love alive, it really makes the other stuff just so much easier. If you're madly in love with your partner, even if they made you really angry, it's much easier to forgive them and to work through that than if you really don't care that much. So, but then communication is another huge one. You know, we really need to know how to not blame the other person.
Right.
Ask for what you want with, like, I mean, that's the big thing. I have clients all the time that are like, he never takes me to dinner. He never does this. But if you say that to your partner, they're like, well, you know, they're making excuses for why they didn't. They get defensive. But if you said to them, hey, baby, I found this really great restaurant. Could we maybe try it on Friday night? It would be so nice to have a like romantic evening with you.
It's the way you speak,
It's, you know,
non-accusatory.
Right, exactly. And unfortunately, we all get wrapped up in our own stuff, and then we're just acting out instead of really acting with an intention. You know, if you want your partner to love you more, you need to act lovable. Because if you're being all, you know, throwing temper tantrums and having anxiety and fits and stuff, then that's not causing your partner to want to be loving to you.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Thank you so much, Donna.
And so much more is in the book, too. Thank you so much.
And to find out if you're in a healthy relationship or a junk food relationship, log on to bettertv.com and take Donna's quiz.
And while you're at it, be sure to grab a copy of Donna Barnes' book, Giving Up Junk Food Relationships. It's available now on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.